So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology, and we got the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra again versus now the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra in our speed test episode 2. Now the reason I'm creating this video is because we now have the One UI 7 official, and after they pause the update, this is the latest version, the one everyone can download now. And we do have the April patch on the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. So let's see now that they both have the exact same software on here. Is it really worth the upgrade in performance? We'll begin with the basic app test. So let's start with calendar. And you can see everything opens up about the same. Of course, in the basic row, you shouldn't see substantial differences. They're just basic applications, so that shouldn't be nothing for either. You're probably not going to see substantial differences in almost any area because the S24 Ultra now has the same software. Let's go into Instagram and you can see identical performance. And some people will stand on that hill that the S24 Ultra is the better phone just because of the BLE, the more unique design, because of the pointier corners. But I don't necessarily think it's the better phone. I just think it's going to be the more better phone for certain people who like that feel a little bit more. If we go over here to music, and then we go over here to gaming, and how about we go over here to movies, you can see identical performance. They both also do have these beautiful anti-reflective displays, so they both do really offer up a nice look there. All right, so let's go ahead and swipe up out of here, and let's go into Google Play Store on both. And if we go over here to games, let's go into, how about we go over to top charts, and we'll go over here to Royal Kingdom. And you'll see as we're in here, pretty much the same. Let's go into X. Launches that about the same. Let's go to profile. And you can see that looked a little faster on the S25 Ultra, similar scrolling speed. And one of the reasons I simply didn't get rid of my Galaxy S25 Ultra, I was not willing to trade it to Samsung, was because I want to keep that BLE Bluetooth feature. I still use that for like setting it up on a tripod and using the Bluetooth S Pen. I really like that for taking photos when someone's not around and videos. It is useful to me. So the Galaxy S25 Ultra was faster on the left. If I go over here to beauty and spas, even though I'm not going to go to a spa, I'm just going to click that category. Let's go over here to health and fitness. You can see no real issues. Let's swipe up out of there. Now it gets real. Let's go into the dead trigger 2. Let's see if the gaming department actually makes any substantial difference. And that was faster on the S25 Ultra. And will it continue to hold? Just a little bit there for the S25 Ultra. We are going to do a little bit more of a real world test after we just launched the apps. So stay tuned. In the second speed test, I will be doing some video rendering as well. That was quicker on the Galaxy S25. Let's swipe over here. Let's go over here to RTS. I didn't say Ultra, but you know what I meant. S25 Ultra. And you'll see that was faster on the Samsung S25 Ultra. So the gaming, as most people know, the newer phone usually gives you the better gaming. And that doesn't seem to be a difference here. Or it seems to be the same story here, that you're going to get better gaming if you go to the more premium, or I wouldn't say the more premium, but the newer S25 Ultra. So you can see over there, that's going to go to, I think the S25 Ultra is in the lead. Yep, it is. It wins. So S25 Ultra with the win again, just by a little bit. It also does have better cooling. Every year Samsung tends to improve the cooling, and they are really crushing it lately with the Ultra series. They have taken it up a notch. They really have. And while this one did show this first, because I was Xing through some of those pop-ups, but it was faster on the left. Let's go into PUBG Mobile, and you can see that PUBG Mobile is going to take its sweet time, but is going faster for the S25 Ultra. So even though they're on the same software, animations are kind of basically the same, you just can't get over having a faster CPU. You're not going to have exact same performance. You're just not. Some people have been making some comments, you know, oh, what are these 0.2, 0.5 seconds going to make a difference in your life? You got a point there. They're not going to make a substantial difference in your life, but you have to think about it like this. If you are like buying this phone for the long term, I think this is not letting me log in because this one's logged in. But if you're making this investment like in a phone for the long time, and I don't say investment like these are depreciating. You're not getting nothing back. Like you're gonna lose money anytime you buy a phone this price. You just don't sell it for more than you bought it for. But what I'm saying is if you're keeping this thing long term, as the software gets updated, as the phone goes on long term, those 0.51 seconds will make a difference. So for the person who hasn't actually bought one of these yet, it might be worth it to just go to the latest phone, is what I'm saying. It's not worth it to trade the S24 Ultra if you just recently bought it and then they came out with the S25 Ultra, because you can see right here, nearly identical. Let's go here to LumaFusion, but you might not want to just trade it for those reasons alone. You might want to trade the Galaxy S24 Ultra because you like the lighter build, you like the flatter sides, you like the camera upgrades with log, and they do have log now on the S24 Ultra as well, and the audio erase feature. So you got a lot of those AI stuff on here now as well. But if there's some little things you might want to trade for, that could be something, but it's probably not worth it. Honestly, these are super, super close, and you've seen that really the S25 Ultra only pulled ahead in the games. Let's take a look at RAM management to see how they can pop through these applications here on the latest One UI 7. All right, so here we go. So we're going to go through these right here and just see if we get anything. And this Samsung is just absolutely crushing it here. A little bit of a blinking there. Let's hop up out of here. We'll go into there. We'll swipe out of there. Missed that one. Groupon, Amazon, X, Play Store, YouTube, Instagram, reloaded the feed. We'll go to clock and calendar. Looking pretty good as we swipe through here in the RAM management. Looks very good. So let's go ahead and take a look and see if that 12 gigabytes of RAM that's also on the S24 Ultra gives us the exact same performance. And so far it looks fantastic, just like the other phone. Little bit slower, it looks like. I am swiping through. I got to update the good lock module on the S24 Ultra. But other than that, looks like it's doing about the same. So I do think that a little bit of a blink there on YouTube. I do think that if you have this phone and you are looking at the S25 Ultra, you're not going to get anything substantial. They didn't go to 16 gigs of RAM, which I didn't like. So you're not really getting any changes there. One UI 7 tend to perform really good here on the S24 Ultra. Great update for those of you who bought this phone. All right, so let's do the real world usage app test. So we're going to go over here to Instagram. I'm going to go ahead and take a look. There was a Samsung post right there. Let's go ahead and just write something here. Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. Let's go ahead and bring in an application here. How about we bring in the calendar? We'll pop it over there. We'll swipe out of there. We'll go into Call of Duty. Let's go ahead and start the multiplayer matchup here. And we'll hit start here. And as you see, even in Call of Duty, I do have the ability to play a game and split screen. Got a little bit. What was that? What was that? Was that me? Let me know. We got the Call of Duty up there. Let's go ahead and bring the calendar down here. And we're going to go ahead and do the auto rotate. And for some reason, okay, there we go. We got the auto rotate. Call of Duty's up over there. See, you can have multiple applications running at the same time here. And as I swipe over here, I swipe through here. We're going to go ahead and get this started up. Let me just select that loadout, and we'll go ahead and see that even as I'm running through here, let's go ahead and see what we can do. As I'm running through here, everything looking good. Super smooth, have you? No major issues with that. We're in landscape mode. We flip it over here. And what I'm trying to do is see if I can get this phone to hiccup. And it's not showing, for some reason it's not showing the video. It's been doing that for some reason. I think I have it in the wrong, yeah, I had it in the wrong one. So definitely doing smooth there. No major issues. If I whip out the S Pen real quick, you'll see if I click here, go ahead and do some screen right. We'll go ahead and go like this. We'll save that. Go over here, swipe over here. We'll go into Groupon. We'll go over here. We'll just click, let's go to categories. Let's go to food and drink. Let's go over here. How about we go to Chicago cruise events? And you can see that even when I go in through all of these different applications, they're popped open. I'm getting really great real world performance. So this is excellent. Let's see if Call of Duty is still open. I might have got rocked a few times, but yep, definitely did. Let's go ahead and see if that's still open. And you can see still able to be playable And if I go into YouTube, I could still watch a video, and then I can go ahead and pop view this video right over here, this video player application, scrolling through over there, no issue. So you can see I can run all of this without a single major hiccup. So thing's a powerhouse. Let's go ahead and take a look at the real world usage now on the Galaxy S24 Ultra. All right, so let's go over in Instagram. We'll swipe through. We'll go to the home. There's that Samsung post. Let's go right. Galaxy S24 Ultra is amazing, pretty good. And we'll swipe up out of there. We'll go over to YouTube. Scrolling through, let's go ahead and open up Call of Duty. We'll start that multiplayer matchup. See what happens here. Let's X that out. We'll go like that, confirm, X that out. We'll hit start. And we're opening up a different area of the game, but you can see it's loading just fine. No major issues. Running pretty good. And overall looking pretty good there. Let's head up out of here. We'll go into, actually what we're going to do is try to do what we did in the last one. We're going to go ahead and split screen this. We'll do a split screen and we'll pop open the calendar here. And you can see it did that same thing where the application turned black. I just have to click it one time to relaunch it there. But you can see no major issues. This one can also do basically the same exact stuff. Even in the landscape, turning in the landscape, no major issues. Let's go ahead and pull the S Pen out and we'll go ahead and click here. We'll do a screen right. We'll go ahead and circle here. Hold on. I think I closed it. We'll go ahead and do a screen right. We'll circle there. We'll save that image. And as we scroll through, no issues really. This thing is fine. We'll go into Groupon. We'll go over here. We'll go into food and drink. We'll swipe down, see what's happening. And we'll click this one, Chicago City Cruises. And if we swipe out of there, you can see no crazy issues. So even in the real world use, I don't think you're going to see any differences that are going to drastically change your life too much. But the S24 Ultra will give you a slight better cooling experience, like the battery life will be a little bit better maybe, and also slightly better gaming performance, but that's going to be in the game for a longer term session. And here are our final Geekbench scores updated for the latest version. You'll find 2185 down 700 points on the S24 Ultra and down on the multi-core. So you've seen in their regular app test that the single core wasn't really a big issue. Gaming wasn't an issue either on either, but you will find yourself to just outperform under heavier loads with the S25 Ultra, according to the benchmarks. But in real world practice, you've seen, I mean, you would have to be one of the heaviest of heavy users to even push it that far. Let's go ahead and do a quick 3D mark. We'll see where the graphics are, and I'll be back when they're done. And our updated benchmarks reflect a 9 FPS advantage to the S25 Ultra. If we scroll down, 10% better than the S24 Ultra, 96% better than other devices, 86. You'll see the temperatures range between 35 and 38 degrees Celsius on the S24 Ultra, slightly warmer on the S25 Ultra at 36 to 39, or a difference frame rates of 17 to 46. So about 9 or so better on the S25 Ultra. Not a substantial improvement over the S24 Ultra, really isn't in the area of performance for actual, I think, real world usage application. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and export this 1080-60 clip. Now, this is around the same megabytes per second. We'll hit export on both of them. And I did get a stupid ad. So let me go ahead and close this. We'll X this out. But you can see that we are getting the, it looks like we're getting the S25 Ultra to finish first. And you've seen that it did beat it, even though it was like a 0.1 or 100 difference. I think it was like, this was 213, this was 212.7. It was something tiny, but the Samsung S25 Ultra did render the video quicker. Both were 1 minute. Let's go into LumaFusion now, and you can see we do have the same video lined up on both. For some reason, when I close out the video or the app, it goes away sometimes, but let's go ahead and render this thing out. So we'll go to movie on both. We'll go to media. And you can see both of these are 4K at 60. If you look over here, 4K at 60, these are MP4 videos. So let's go ahead and see what happens. They're both 1 minute clips. So we'll hit this on both and we'll save it in 3, 2, go. See which one can do this first. Now both of them are rocketing ahead. Both of them doing very good here. Again, this is only a minute. It would be easier as it gets longer, but I do feel like the S25 Ultra is going to take this. Yes, it's definitely going to take it. So the S25 Ultra will render videos quicker as well. So this is where you start to see a performance game. Are you going to be rendering videos on your phone though? I don't know. Will you? Let me know down below in the comments. But the S25 Ultra will take the W if you decide you want to do that. So I do have to say that when we start really pushing the power, you'll see that's where you'll see the differences on the S25 Ultra. All right, and we'll wrap it up with a Wi-Fi test. Let's see which one can pull in better download speeds and better upload. I do have them on the same server, so it should be getting the same network performance. I'm not going to do the 5G because I don't have SIMs, separate SIMs, so I would have to. Well, I mean, I could. Maybe I'll just end up doing that in the future. We'll put a SIM card in here, take it out, and then put it in there for the 5G test to see which one does better there. But you'll see we got 348 down, around 41 on the upload. We'll go over here for the S24 Ultra, and you'll see downloading in the same server. These are the same. I checked them before. Same exact servers. So I don't know why that one is lower, but that was 191. I did feel like the Samsung S25 Ultra did feel a little snappier with network performance, and this is kind of confirming it, but you see the upload was exactly the same. So nothing substantial there. At the end of the day, you've seen that I had to nitpick here to find the actual differences in performance. It came down to the FPS in gaming under the 3D Mark. It came in the renders a little bit faster. Overall, the S25 Ultra just pushes 10-20% faster than the S24 Ultra, even in the latest One UI 7. Just because you have the latest software doesn't mean your phone's going to be way faster than before. It still comes down to the 8 Elite in the Samsung S25 Ultra pushing ahead of the S24 Ultra. But S24 Ultra is still a really powerful fast phone, still great, and I don't think anybody's really going to notice it unless you're comparing them side by side. Thumbs up if you enjoyed the Thumbs up if you enjoyed the second version of the speed test, and stay tuned because we got more videos like this coming throughout the year. I'll catch you on the next one. Nick here. Be sure to be well. Have a great day and peace.